Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Oriflame means to me possibilities. Possibilities for looking beautiful, feeling great.
Oriflame to me means an ethical company which has been empowering women for over 50 years.
Founded in Sweden in the year 1967, the brand Oriflame was conceptualized with the philosophy of providing people an opportunity to benefit from high-quality beauty products inspired by the country's famed Scandinavian natural bounty. And today, Oriflame has established itself in more than 60 markets with over 3 million brand partners who share, promote and sell its beauty and wellness products. Oriflame is also said to be amongst the first few direct selling brands to complete its 25-year-long journey. Not only does the brand operate in the country, but it also contributes significantly to the growth of India's manufacturing sector and to the economy at large. While Oriflame's formulations are developed by world-renowned scientists in Sweden, more than 70% of the products sold in India are manufactured locally. Over the years, Oriflame has been a brand that has transformed many lives. Well, it's been quite an eventful journey from Sweden to India and including more than 60 countries worldwide for Oriflame. But to understand the India leg of that journey and how this brand came about to become an established name in the beauty space, I'm joined by two special guests, Frederick Widell, who is the VP and Head of South Asia and also the Managing Director of Oriflame India joins us, and with him is Naveen Anand, Senior Director of Marketing South Asia at Oriflame. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll start with you, Frederick. It was an interesting point when Oriflame came into India. Economic liberalization was taking off. Indian consumers had a lot of options to choose from, especially in this beauty space. So take us through that inception journey of Oriflame, when it started in 1967, and of course the India part of that journey.
In the early 90s, the two brothers who started Oriflame were actually eyeing China and India. And they were contemplating for a couple of years which country they should enter first. There were many American companies going into China, and there was nobody going to India at this point. So the brothers decided, we go into India first as the first social selling company in India. And we did so with a portfolio of over 100 products. We quickly opened a factory in India, and we saw big initial successes over the first years. After that, our business stabilized a little bit and we had some challenges, but we never ever gave up. And towards the mid of 2000, we actually started growing a lot. And we have, over the past 15 years, with 1 or 2 years exception, actually have double-digit growth every single year. So we are very happy of our 25 years in India, and of course very happy of the brothers' decisions to enter India in 1995.
Okay, so you could say that, Oriflame was one of the first brands to spot the opportunity in India.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, India opened its market basically early in the 90s, and we were quickly into India, and we didn't really understand what India was and how to do business here. But we learned quickly, we got great staff on board, and we saw initial successes, and it was the right decision with hindsight. And now, of course, we are very happy that we entered India as the first social selling company.
All right. And Naveen, coming to you, Oriflame has quite an extensive range of products, but let's remember that this is a very highly competitive market. So what's the USP of Oriflame in your opinion? And is it the direct selling model? And how do you balance the question of luxury with affordability?
So as a company, we hail from Sweden and we like to be called Beauty by Sweden. And when we talk about Beauty by Sweden, our thinking is we are never only looking at looks. It is not about how you look. It is more than that. How you live, how you act, how you feel. And we celebrate the person in entirety. And also we are firmly behind anyone's dreams and ambitions, and we like to work and support people in achieving that. So we always try to be holistic. It's not about one part of the business. And yes, you're exactly right. There's always been competition. There always will be competition. But we are proud that we bring our products which are extremely high quality and they are affordable. We have different levels of product segment and we are accessible to many people in this country.
All right, and Frederick, India's cosmetics market is projected to grow, I think, about $20 billion in the next 5 years. So how has Oriflame adapted itself to this market? Because what's unique is this balance between tradition and modernity, especially when it comes to usage of beauty products. So take us through that adaptability and of course the expansion plan that you have for India.
Our business today is more or less 100% digital at the same time as we then provide an entrepreneurship possibility for each and every one in India to work from their home, the safety of their home, and that's something that we are very proud of offering in India. When it comes to our size of line, we have 2 factories in India and we have an adapted size of line for the Indian and South Asian markets. And we really feel that we have 500, more or less 500 products in our portfolio, and that they fill every basic and advanced beauty needs and health needs that anyone may have.
Okay, and what would you say is the secret to surviving in this Indian market? Because as I said, it's unique in its own respects. So as a beauty brand which has been here for I think more than 25 years now, what do you think is the secret to surviving in India?
I think Oriflame, as a 25-year-old, today has a very clear understanding of India, of the expectations of the Indian consumer. And that I think is an advantage that Oriflame has perhaps over certain other brands.
All right, so from the business side of things, let's shift focus to product philosophy, and I'll ask you this question. I mean, an important tenet of Oriflame's product philosophy has been the balance between nature and science. So would you say that you were ahead of the curve, especially when it comes to these sustainability themes?
I think there are 2 parts to the question. One is the philosophy, and on the philosophy, I think the credit goes to the brothers when they started the company 50 years back. And they always had belief in natural extracts, and that we continue to do today. We continue to look at natural extracts and the goodness of that. So over last so many years, we have always been inspired by nature. But as we learn more through science, we are also powered by science. So it is not only about natural ingredients, it is also along with it the science which backs the claims on that. So our philosophy continues to be inspired by nature, powered by science. We have always had a big commitment to sustainability, and I'll just give you a couple examples here. Between 2015 and now, our carbon footprint is down 48%. In terms of when we manufacture our products, we have re-engineered how we manufacture our product, and we use 18% less water when we manufacture our products. All our plants across the globe use renewable energy, and these are some very large commitments to make and achieve. So we continue to be very committed to these things from a sustainability point of view.
Let's also talk about Make in India, and this question is to you, Frederick. You already have 2 manufacturing units, something you mentioned earlier, and India is an important part of your global supply chain. So, will you look to expand, the manufacturing side of things, and probably look at it from a more outsourcing perspective to your other markets, as India as a sort of a hub for production, for you to service regional or global markets?
We do have 2 factories in India, one in Uttar Pradesh and one in Uttarakhand. And we actually invested in the second one over 6-7 years ago now. And we built that factory despite not actually having a real demand at the time. So we built that for the future, and now we feel that we have kind of grown into these 2 factories, and they service us very well, specifically in India, but we also export a bunch of different products to all Oriflame markets around the globe. And we have been doing that already since early 2000s. So we are very happy with our production facilities here in India, and we're proud of what we can do here in India and also export to other markets.
All right, we'll take a short break on that note for this special presentation celebrating 25 years of Oriflame in India, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching this special presentation celebrating 25 years of Oriflame in India. I'm speaking with Frederick Widell and Naveen Anand of Oriflame to talk about its journey. Naveen, update us about the product portfolio of Oriflame. The last I read that I think there were about 400 products which are supposed to be there. Any new launches coming up?
I would say we have a pretty large, extensive product range, and the company started as a beauty company 50 years back with huge emphasis on skincare and color cosmetics. But as the business grew and opportunities came company's way, we did build a business in personal care. We also built a business in fragrances, and we've been very, very excited about what we did few years back. Now globally, we are also into the business of wellness. And as I mentioned earlier, we also look at science very, very closely. And one of the things which we learned is beauty is not only about applying products topically on your skin, it also is what you eat. And today we have a wellness range, which I would say is beauty from inside, because that helps you become even more beautiful and healthy. So we have a strong portfolio of products. We have over 450, 500 products in India now, so that our brand partners can take these products to their consumers.
All right, and what steps has Oriflame taken to ensure standards and quality for its products?
Huge commitment, and I think this commitment is not only here in India, it is global commitment. And if you were to do business in Europe, you are mandated by law to follow the European standards. But Oriflame by choice has mandated itself to follow the strict European standards anywhere in the world. So whether you are here in India, you are in Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Russia, Mexico, wherever you have, our products come through absolutely strict European standards. So we follow those practices. We do not use any GMOs whatsoever of any kind. So we are extremely watchful that all our products go through safety testing. So when you use our product, there is not even iota of a doubt about safety on these products. So our commitment to the quality is backed by a lot of research, and we feel proud and happy about bringing products which are both efficacious and safe.
Frederick, coming to you, supporting women entrepreneurs is also a key theme for Oriflame. Could you expand on the steps which Oriflame has taken in this endeavor?
In India, for instance, we have since 2006 been involved with Dipalya. And we've seen some 8,000 girl children go through their entire education together with Dipalya, and we are very proud of our collaboration with Dipalya. On top of that, if you look at what it is that we actually do in Oriflame, social selling as an industry, we actually empower women every single day by the opportunity that we provide. Become your own boss, become an entrepreneur together with Oriflame. And we will teach you how to run your own business completely free of charge. There's no investment requirement. And that is an empowerment in itself, which happens every single day. Because we know that when women get their own money, their dependency reduces significantly, and therefore their empowerment increases.
All right, that's an important message. Naveen, you had spoken about sustainability initiatives. If you could add more details with regards to CSR and sustainability from an Oriflame perspective.
I mean, as I said, sustainability, I gave you some examples. You know, even when we build up a new factory in Roorkee, the new factory is LEED Gold certified. So we went through all the certification process to ensure that we are sustainable. We reuse our water in our factories, actually 100% of that. So we always have been committed to that. We are a business where a catalog is very important for selling by our brand partners. And our catalog, because it needs paper, comes from certified sources. So we go back and ensure that we are not cutting trees, we are actually replanting more than what we have taken from the Mother Earth. So those are some of the things which we do very proudly. Frederick mentioned to you our association with Deepalia, and I think empowerment comes, as much as it comes with money, it comes with education. When you are educated, you can build what you want to do. And providing girl-child education is a very important mission for us. We continue to be committed to that. And we did go another step up there when we donated a whole building, a school building in a village in Haryana a year back.
All right, and keeping focus on sustainability, how much emphasis does Oriflame place when it comes to research, and smart technologies in this space?
We have a group of scientists in Dublin, and these scientists have only one responsibility, 100 of them full-time on roll with us to get to the next level of technology, but with care. So we always ensure that what we bring, it does not harm Mother Nature. So we always take care of that. And outside that, there are other opportunities. Whenever we get, we partner in them, whether these are donations around the globe on things, whether reforestation. So things like this, we have been extremely contributing as a company.
All right, and before I come to my last question, Frederick, what would you say to someone who just has had an encounter with the Oriflame brand for the first time? What would be your message to them?
Well, first of all, I would talk about our great products and our portfolio in beauty and health. And I think most people will be interested in that, because most of us want to look as good as we possibly can. And we want to feel as good as we possibly can. So that would be the first thing. The second thing I would talk about, and which is something that we all in Oriflame are enormously proud of, is of course the opportunity. The opportunity to become a partner of Oriflame and build your own business, be an entrepreneur, and fulfill some of your dreams, or perhaps all of your dreams. That is something, of course, I talk about nearly every single day, since it touches my heart every time.
All right, Naveen, would you like to add anything to that? What would you say to someone who's just had his or her first encounter with the Oriflame brand?
Be part of a company who's been ethically over 50 years in 60 countries and which has a heart. Come join us, and let's together build a strong business. Let's together build a strong society. And that would be my message, because we are a company with a heart.
My question to you, Frederick, is where do you see Oriflame in the next 5 years?
I see Oriflame moving forward swiftly. I see Oriflame in the next 5 years adapting a lot of new technologies, reinventing ourselves, both from a product point of view, a category point of view, but also from a business point of view. And I see over the next 5 years that we take miles and leaps ahead in turnover and profitability. And I know that the team here in India, we are super ready for that, and we are super appreciative of all our customers and brand partners out there.
All right, that was the message from Frederick. Naveen, what's your view on where do you see Oriflame in the next 5 years?
We have some very solid plans. We review them rather closely, and more than that, I think we implement what we put on paper. So I am very optimistic about the future. I do also believe that as much as we are present nationally in many towns, I think you would see we expanding to even more towns, and we are going to touch even more lives as we build this business in future.
All right, on that note, we'll wrap up this talk. Thank you so much to Frederick and Naveen for taking the time and speaking with us on this special presentation that celebrates 25 years of Oriflame in India, and it's been a partnership that has evolved strongly every year, and well, the sky is the limit, as they say. Thank you so much to our viewers for tuning in.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.